are live, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the first episode, and I hope you enjoyed all of those videos that I didn't spend too much time making this.
They're so good.
But this is it. This is the first episode of any actual role-playing Twitch channel, because this is the only game that's ever made. So before this, nobody actually was able to do this. So thank you everyone for coming. We're gonna be playing Pasiones de los Pasiones, and this is I'm gonna mess this up. Belleza. Oh shit! I started saying.
Belleza comienza con B.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Ooh.
So this
That was smooth.
this is we had done a charity stream a few weeks ago with Jack, Jonah, Addison, and Shelby, and we had so much fun. We decided we're gonna turn this into a semi-regular Twitch stream, and by semi-regular, it's whenever we all have the time to do it. And I'm not gonna commit to any schedule. So
That's smart. I think that's really smart.
So real quick, we'll go ahead and have everyone just introduce themselves and their character again, just as a refresher. So we'll start up top with Jack.
Sure, I am playing as Valentino using the Beauty playbook.
Now Jonah.
Hello, I'm Jonah M. Jackson. I will be playing Don Adolfo, a.k.a. El Lobo, using El Jefe playbook.
Shelby.
Hey everybody, I'm Shelby, and I will be playing Joel Ruiz, which is you'll notice is different than my character in the first stream. This is Miguel's twin.
Yes.
So we'll see how this unfolds.
Yeah, and a little refresher. Technically, we're playing Joel in the first one. You were just posing as Miguel.
I was playing Joel the entire time.
Yes. And then now
Brain
Addison.
still hurts. Still hurts.
Oh yeah, Addison.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
Oh,
my
so
name.
you're good. You're good.
I was just waiting blissfully for anything to happen. Okay. I'm Addison. I am playing Veronica Princesa from the Beauty Playbook. Former lover of Miguel, current lover of Joel, former business partner of Valentino.
Yeah, and multi-time poisoner of Don Adolfo.
Indeed. Multi-time successful poisoner of many people.
Yeah.
Successful poison.
Successful
It wasn't an
poisoner.
attempted. It was a successful.
Definitely just-
My
poisoning.
mother raised no losers here.
Full-on poisoning.
First runners up.
Yeah.
Just a
And
so-so
then-
No
looking
runners
one.
up. Runners up. First runner up is just the first loser.
And so what we're gonna the format we're gonna do. So primarily the cast is gonna be me running it with Jack, Shelby, Addison, and Jonah as the main cast members, and then we're gonna bring on a guest or two every once in a while. And so our first guest is gonna be Rebecca. Introduce yourself and tell everyone who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I'm playing Renata Espinosa Castillo, aka Renata. And she is La Empleada, aka the employee, who is actually Don Adolfo's maid.
Oh.
She's probably
Not an
seen
orphan,
some.
apparently.
No, she's not an
The
orphan.
thugs are all orphans. That's the like.
But the rest of the staff are just whatever.
yeah,
just
I
whatever,
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, maybe that just like slipped through the
Well,
background
the
check.
thing is,
Like, he
is
thought
in
she
this,
was an
in this
orphan.
world of because side characters can only have one note each. So literally, all orphans are just dirty. And so why would you want someone that with their grubby hands that didn't ever know the love of a parent touching things? That's not how you get stuff clean.
You're
And-
right. So
yeah,
right.
And
Yeah, Joaquin.
yeah, and he says that to Joaquin every day, because Joaquin's like, maybe one day maybe I can clean and stop killing. I feel bad inside, and you're like, no. Your hands were stained the minute your parents died, so now you gotta keep stabbing.
Of my enemies.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
What? I'm setting the tone. Nothing has changed.
Okay,
since-
that's fair.
Yeah, nothing has changed since we raised money for a children's youth charity. I screamed about cocaine for 3 fucking hours, and we raised over $2,000. So
True. Damn.
yeah.
Hey, to go deliver this snake full of cocaine for me.
Okay, so this is we kind of did the last one as a one shot, so we didn't really have any ideas of the structure. So now what we're talking about is the show has been picked up and it's now on a new network. And so the last episode, actually, canonically for the viewer audience, this show is actually on the verge of being canceled, and so a Netflix style show picked us up. So we jumped forward a little bit, and we last left when Joel had lost his hand to a tiger trying to save Veronica after Valentino was stabbed by Miguel because he professed his love to Miguel, and then he got stabbed, and then Don Adolfo jumped out of a tree and kissed Miguel, and then at the very end they all stood face to face with Hector and his many knives. On an island that Don Adolfo had been hiding on, and on his mansion, and there was a bunch of lizards. And now we open back, and we're actually at because Joel is a cop, so we're actually at Joel is at the police department filing some paperwork, but he's having a hard time because he keeps reaching for the drawer with his hand that he lost and forgets. So that's where we're gonna start out at, and then no one really knows what happened on the island. So Shelby, tell me, do you remember which hand we said it was? I think we said it was like your offhand.
Then it'll be the right hand because
Okay.
Joel's a lefty.
Okay. So you're you're at the police station. You're trying to file some paperwork, and it's just been about a week since you've been back, and you're still kind of in a daze. What are you doing?
So I'm like flipping through. I'm like looking at a case. Like I'm flipping through a case. I'm burying myself into my work.
Mm-hmm.
But I just keep getting more and more exasperated as I go through the paperwork, and I just and then I take a stack of papers and I throw it against the wall, and I put my head in my hands.
And as you do that, you hear the familiar voice of Veronica come from behind the front desk as she walks into the police department.
Mi amor, what are you doing?
I just can't make heads or tails of it, Veronica. I just feel like I need to. I can't focus anymore. I feel like a different man after the island.
A guitar just strings in the background.
I take a swig of whiskey and I slam it on the desk.
Well, the tail is always at the bottom, so maybe you should start there. Why are you being so quiet, my love?
You can see Joel, like he has like a distant stare as the tail of a tiger flashes in his memory as he panics.
Yeah.
But then calms down. Veronica, I don't know what to do. Hector's still out there.
I know. And you'll catch him. I know you will. But you have to take care of yourself. You've already lost a bit of you. I can't lose the rest of you.
Veronica! And I grab her waist and pull her close.
Yeah. Yeah, and then as
We lean in as if we're about to kiss, but then I turn away. I can't bear it.
As this happens, Veronica walks out. Joel hears Veronica's words talking about the scar across his chest and other things that the viewers do not know yet. Oh, yeah?
I take my shirt off to examine it.
Yeah.
Pensively.
Yeah, you do examine it, and then the terrifying thing to the viewers is we're just seeing the mirror shot of you looking at it in the mirror, and it looks like it's been at least 2 months since you actually got the bullet across the chest from the wacky mix-up of you and Miguel. So it stands to reason that it has been a fair amount of time actually since you were on the island. And
ooh, can I?
Yeah, what's up?
I was going to dramatically look in the mirror that I have at my desk, and see Miguel's face flash over mine, and then get and then like just grimace.
Yeah,
Miguel has a
perfect.
mustache now.
Perfect. Yeah. Miguel's face flashes over yours, and you just kind of grimace, and then we cut to the same image that you saw of Miguel. You see it in a picture frame, and then you see a hand like just holding it. And then we kind of zoom out, and we see Valentino holding this picture frame, staring at Miguel. And then we see another hand on the other side of the picture frame, and you see Don Adolfo's hand come in as they hold this picture frame and look down at this shared love of these two half brothers. And we're now in Valentino's house with Don Adolfo and sitting side by side.
And I guess to set the scene, Don Adolfo, my glorious estate, my fashion empire is empty. There is nothing in my house except for this one picture of my Miguel and a wall covered in pictures and newspaper clippings with little red twine combining stuff.
Yeah. I think that along with that, there's just a sort of blanket fort on the floor where we are, and just empty bottles of tequila because
absolutely.
Ever since I lost my mansion, I've been crashing at my half brother's place.
Don Adolfo, I must tell you that your company during these dark times has been so much, but I feel like we're further away from finding him than when we started.
Indeed, my brother. At this point, I have more questions than answers. I admit when we went to, and then I like dramatically look away, the island. I thought my plan was foolproof. I thought that Miguel and I would get away from Hector forever, but now I just don't know.
I must tell you something, my brother.
Tell me, my brother.
We've grown so close since the island. And now
Joel, you need a soundboard so bad. Come on.
I no longer want Miguel for my own, but I do want him to be safe, and I know his ride or die pact with you is stronger than my fleeting romance with him. I want to know he's safe because I do have feelings for him, but I've been looking for him for you, my brother.
For me? Oh, mi hermano. It means so much. I'm sorry that ever since the island, I've been essentially out of commission. It affected me in ways that I never could have dreamed. And then he just sort of looks away as we hear a tiger and the sound of a gunshot.
Bang!
Yeah.
And then he just it's like running through the jungles of the island.
Yeah, we get like a cut, which is like a flashback where you just see Don Adolfo sweating, covered in blood. His clothing are just ripped. Eye patch on each eye as he's just running through a field. And then we cut back before we can see anything else. And Renata bangs through the door, demanding everyone's attention as she has information.
Ay, Dios mío. Tengo información.
Which door?
The front door. The front door.
Oh,
of the
wait,
house.
my house?
Yeah.
Okay. We've had 2 locations so far, Joe.
You're right, yeah, sorry,
The police
sorry.
door or his
We're at
fashion door?
Yeah, the house. The house.
Okay, great.
Hola. Buenos días. Tengo información para su.
What?
Señor,
Yes, Renata. What is it?
I have
Información.
information about. I'm sorry, I ran all the way from the bus. since
The bus stop is a couple of blocks away. Yes.
You're so poor now, and we don't have money for the fancy cars.
Renata, you don't have to remind me, okay?
Okay, I just it's been so long since I was able to drive the fancy car. Anyway, I have information about
Tell.
tu amor, Miguel.
I toss down my bottle of tequila and chocolate milk and I say, "What is it, woman? What is it? Tell us!"
I saw him, or someone who looks suspiciously like him, at the Diamond Exchange
Diamond Exchange.
downtown. And it was not actually me. It was my cousin Sheila. She saw him and then she called me.
Sure.
And she said, Renata, I saw a man who looks like the other man, perhaps.
And you are sure, because Sheila can be a bit of a liar sometimes.
No, listen, if you say something bad about Sheila, listen, I told you,
Okay.
I will take one of those tequila bottles and I will smash it over your head.
Okay.
Then
Don
you are-
Adolfo, we've had this conversation about trusting those who have stuck with you during this hard time, and I do wish you would break down those walls and finally trust us.
You're right, my brother. And I just stroke Peaches. You're right. Continue, Renata.
Well, so Sheila sent me she didn't send me a text. She phoned me on el teléfono. En el teléfono, ¿sí? Español?
Sí, sí.
Sí, because porque we are on we are in the country that we speak Spanish.
Sí, sí.
So she said, Renata, mi prima, I saw a man. He had a shirt off and he had a scar. And I said, that could be one of two people. And she said, see, I know.
But did he have a hand? There are two hands. Or one.
This man, he had hands in his pockets.
Ah!
Oh,
But he did have a mustache.
Yeah, there's a dramatic piano sting. We cut back to the police station. It's later that night. Hoel is just drenched in just whiskey sweat, and as he's just got cases all over. And then that's when he comes across it, a thing that he forgot. Because as we all know, Miguel was the criminal of the family, but there was one time that Hoel actually had to help pull off a diamond heist to save their parents. And that's whenever he comes across a piece of information that the diamond that he stole and successfully was able to give back is now missing.
It's all connected.
And then as soon as Hoel says that, he places a thumbtack on a yarn map, and then we get a cut. We zoom back out, and then it slowly fades into the background of Valentino's wall, as it seems they have uncovered the exact same plot. As Valentino hears the information Renata is giving, and he places it all together.
This could be it. I remember. I'd like to initiate a flashback.
Go.
I'd like to initiate a flashback to me and Miguel discussing the diamonds.
Like, I don't know if I have a mustache at this point.
I do. You probably don't have a mustache at this point.
No.
Oh no, this is before the island.
This is
This
before
is before the island.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I say,
the island.
Miguel, my muse. He's posing for me as I'm sketching because he's agreed to be my model. Remember?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me a story while I sketch you? One of your many daring adventures, one of your criminal philanderies.
Valentino. And I take off my sunglasses. Have I told you about the diamonds?
The diamonds.
They say the deadliest business you can get into is tigers. But Valentino, they're dead wrong. It's diamonds. It's always been diamonds. You know my brother. You don't know my brother at this point.
No.
I have no brother.
What a silly thing for you to say.
You know my brother in crime, Don Adolfo.
Of course.
I look. I like wipe some sweat off my brow because I almost gave away my biggest secret. Well, Don Adolfo, and of course you know Hector. Pulled off the largest diamond heist of my life.
Ooh,
they're still out there. They're coming for me. I know they know the diamond. They know I took it. They know I've covered my tracks, I swear, but I know they found it. They found the trick.
I know you. You have little hidey holes all over this town. I'm sure you stashed that diamond someplace that no one would find, right?
Of course. I look off into the camera, and I remember where I hid it, which was on a deserted island somewhere.
Oh.
There,
Okay.
you see Miguel. So Miguel or Joel who pulled off the diamond heist, or do I get to decide?
Well, I believe my vote would be that Miguel was the one that pulled Joel into it, but Joel was actually the one that was able to do the actual pull it off because Joel knew that his parents' life was on the line. So it was Miguel initially, but Joel was actually the one that used all of his crime fighting to know how to fight the crime fighters.
I would like to flashback within the flashback.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my sunglasses.
Yes. How many flashbacks deep can you
I
go
have to
this
get my
time?
prop. I almost forgot.
Oh yeah, you gotta have your prop.
Okay.
Oh, ow. It's stuck.
Okay, so now we're flashback within
No one
this
look at me.
flashback. So you're
Okay.
so Valentino flashback to before the island when he was with Miguel, and now Miguel within this flashback is flashing back to set up the scene.
Yes. So I'm flashing back. You see Joel pacing the floor and Miguel sitting like kind of reclining in like just a large chair. And Joel, Miguel, I can't believe you. I can't believe you would pull me into this. I'm with the police force, Miguel. I will not get involved in this heist. You will. I know you will, because I know what you've done. You wouldn't dare. I would. And you know our parents' life is on the line. I can't believe you'd be so selfish. Selfish? You're calling me selfish, and you set me up to steal from Hector, the biggest criminal who I have been trying to track down for the entirety of my career. I almost lost my job because I let him go. I know, and I know this is personal for you, but I just can't take the heat. Of course you can't. You've always taken the easy way out, Miguel, and you always will. Well, maybe you should stop living on what's always right and perfect. You think that you're better than me just because you're a cop? Are you kidding me? You're going to do this. I swear you will. And you're going to do it well because you know the ins and outs of their operation. You've been tracking him for your entire career. You're going to steal that diamond. And then I'm done.
Okay, cool. So each of you are going to give me a flashback to preparations check. You get to choose 1 to 3 stress. So this will be, Shelby will be rolling as Joel for this, because that's going to be kind of because then after we cut back from this scene, we're then back with Joel at the police department, because the Miguel flashback within that was actually Joel's flashback from the police department. That's editing magic.
Whoa.
Ooh, I rolled a 7.
Okay. And then what did you roll for Valentino's flashback?
I rolled a nat 12.
Hey,
Nice.
power.
Okay,
Really
so
good at
for
flashing back.
flashback to preparations,
Very accurate
choose
memory.
one and tell the GM what it is. So you get to choose one off of this list. For Joel, for Shelby, you fabricate a piece of evidence, you arrange somebody in the right place at the right time, you stowed away something hidden. And you can also just get some info out of this. And then for Jack, on a hit, take +1, 10 plus, take 1 forward. Okay, so you also get to choose one, and then you'll take, because you got a full success, you will get a +1 moving forward on any rolls associated with this.
Ooh, okay.
So what
Let's
are
see
what are
here.
y'all trying to piece together from this, as you both have like these shared flashbacks of a diamond heist?
So I suppose for me, what I would like to do here is I'm going to arrange for somebody to be in the right place at the right time. So in my flashback, I am going to plant the idea of Joel betraying Miguel
Yes.
to Miguel. Like, as he's telling me the story, I'd be like, it'd be a shame if you stole that diamond and your partner, I don't know, did something bad, tried to take it from you. I mean, you're too smart for that, right?
Oh.
You wouldn't let
Okay.
anything like that happen, would you? And so
Ooh.
I'm trying to play them against each other.
Okay, so yeah, you're just trying to make Miguel suspicious of his partner, which is great. So yeah, so you've definitely done that. And now for Shelby, what are you trying to get from this?
All right, so Joel is going to stow away something hidden, and although we've not reached the diamond heist at any point, he will have hidden the diamond on
yeah.
the island, on Don Adolfo's island.
Ooh,
Nice. Question: is the Miguel that Valentino's talking to actual Miguel
Yes.
or Joel Miguel?
That
Okay,
is-
actual
See?
Miguel.
That is
Who knows?
as far as
It's actually-
everyone knows right now, that is actual Miguel.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Veronica, you just left the police station,
Yes.
and you get a phone call, and it's from an unknown number, but you have to answer it.
Yes.
So yeah. So you
Hello?
did you leave the evidence there so he would remember the diamond?
Of course I did. I'm not an amateur.
Now I know you told me that this was the last time, but you do understand if they find out that you're playing both sides like this, that there's no way that Joel or Valentino will ever take you back, Veronica.
Don't worry about me, darling. I always get what I want.
Listen, just you can't let them know that you're working for me, Hector, the crime boss.
Don't worry. I would never tell Uncle Hector.
There's just a loud piano sting as Veronica just hangs up the phone and throws it out the window.
I don't need this. She says that. I shout, I don't need this.
as she just drives on. Yeah. So we cut to we cut to just a few moments after all of this. Don Adolfo getting this information that Miguel might be around. He slips out of Valentino's house and goes down to the corner bodega because he always knows that Miguel loved a good tasty ice cream treat at 10 p.m. at night, and this was his favorite bodega. So if Miguel was ever going to be, if Miguel was in town, this is definitely where he would be found. Yeah, so you walk in and the bodega owner's like, "Oh, Don Adolfo, what's going on? Can I get you, what do you need? You want some more hot taquitos?"
I mean, my usual. And
Yeah.
the guy at the bodega goes, reaches around behind the counter and he grabs the purple bag of Takis and one of the strawberry shortcake popsicles and then some cigarillos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you light up a cigarillo and start eating Takis at the same time because you like the flavor combination. Because you're a monster, and then your lizard's getting fed. The bodega owner just has some good bugs, and then
Mealworms.
Yeah, mealworms that are very safe for
Yes.
very safe for lizards. I know.
Not
this now.
poison at all.
Not
yeah.
poison at all. That's just what food is for them. And then you hear the jingling of the bell of the door, and you look hoping to see Miguel, but you just see Renata has followed you down.
Hola, señor. I followed you down.
Hola, Renata. ¿Por qué?
Porque necesito. And then she points to the ice cream, the Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
Who sponsored the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. We picked up a sponsor in the changeover.
Yeah.
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 The fish food is mi favorito, señor.
He slaps down the whatever amount of pesos it would take to purchase and does buy that for Renata.
Yeah, and then the guys
Muchísimas gracias.
the guys
that
going
was,
through
that was
the-
your last $5. Pesos. Peso dollars.
Renata, I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you have remained loyal throughout all of this. As you know, I've lost almost all of my fortune and almost all of my lizards and a good chunk of my orphans. But
What
for
happened
you,
to Joaquin? I know you'll never forgive yourself.
Oh.
At the sound of Joaquin, there's another piano sting.
Yeah, and then we actually flash back. It seems we can't determine at what point of the island time that this was at, but it's you and Joaquin
time, baby.
speaking on a pier of the island, and Joaquin's just like, "Geez, Don Adolfo, I knew I could find you if I just got on the boat and followed my heart. I mean, all the other orphans abandoned you, but I would never do that." And he throws his knife in his other hand.
where did you get that knife?
You gave it to me. Remember, you said it was my present whenever I became one of your criminal underlings. And he throws the knife in the other hand.
I pull him in close. Do not lie to me, Joaquin.
I
recognize this is not the knife I gave you.
Well,
I know the man who wields this type of knife.
and he goes, "Oh."
This is a knife that goes in a desk, Joaquin!
And then as soon as you hear that, he just goes, "But Hector, he's on to me! Hector, he's on to me!" And you see Joaquin just run into the bush, and then out steps Hector. Don Adolfo, for a small island, you sure can get around.
Well, yes, it's because I bought it, and so I made sure to know that I took a lay of the land before I came here, so that I could do my business.
Yeah, you don't
as-
even
as
see
was
him move.
necessary.
But
What do you want?
a
What do you
knife,
want?
you don't see him move, but a knife just like is embedded right in between your feet.
Son of a bitch!
He's like, "Don Adolfo, give up now, or you and your new friends, I'll have to do something that I swore I would never do again." And he holds up a knife that you recognize, but not even in this flashback do you want to say what that knife came from.
Oh, this knife. You dare to wield this knife in front of me, Hector!
Yeah, and then Hector goes, "Last chance, Don Adolfo. Leave now, or this one's going right where I found it." And he holds it up as if he's about to throw it at you.
Don Adolfo runs, and like as he runs, it goes to like the sequence of him running through the forest from earlier.
Yeah, he goes in the sequence running through the forest earlier, and then by your side, Joaquin goes, I never wanted to hurt you, Don Adolfo. I really wanted to hang out with these tigers." And then you hear the roar of a tiger, and we cut back.
Perfect! Everything is going according to plan.
Yeah, so Renata and Don Adolfo, you're very nervous. Both of you remember what happened to Joaquin.
Ooh, can I say that while they finish their transaction, you hear the ding of a bell of someone leaving, and then you see the back of a man whose shirt is like unbuttoned. He is wearing sunglasses. You can't see his face as he walks out the door. A familiar cologne on his body. And then you hear a revving of a motorcycle. It drives away.
And
It's
just
funny, Renata.
just as you're hearing that, the door to the convenience store swings open, and Valentino is there looking at you two angrily with anger and passion in his eyes, and I would like to accuse someone of lying.
Oh,
yes!
Do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget
Yeah,
that there are moves in this game.
You've been doing this for 46 minutes. No one has used the move yet.
I know, and that's why I wanted to use a move, so I'm going to accuse you two of lying. I have rolled a 9.
Okay, when you accuse someone of lying,
And I have an audience of these two of Don Adolfo and Renata
Yeah, you
and
do.
the cashier. So I
Yes.
do have an audience. I don't have any evidence.
Okay, so is that
So I get a 10?
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, yeah. So on a 10, choose 3.
Okay, so I burst through the door and I say, "You two have been conspiring against me. You're trying to keep Miguel for yourselves, aren't you? Oh, I knew if I brought you into my home, Don Adolfo, that you would once again screw me over, and I won't have any more. I already told you, I don't want Miguel for myself. I just want to know that he's safe. And you, Renata. But I'm onto you too. Oh, don't think I'm not onto you. Yeah, you. And I think that you two have been going behind my back, and you've actually found out where Miguel is. And so let's see here.
Ooh.
Oh. So let's see here. I'm going to say I'm right. I'm going to use my point to say that I am right.
You get to choose two more.
Oh, that's so good.
They are surprised, scared, or flustered, so they must act with desperation if they ever try to act out against me, because I'm onto them. I'm a wild card. I'm crazy. And I remove one leverage from myself, from each of you, because we all started with the same 2 leverage. So I got a leverage. So this is your final notice.
Yeah, so as soon as this happens, Renata, Don Adolfo, you both start darting eyes back and forth, knowing that you're caught. The ruse is up. What happens as we start to just hear just like just some very tense like string music start being played in the background?
Well, Renata is actually former Mexican Secret Service. And
obviously.
She takes her container, her pint of fish food Ben and Jerry's, and aims straight for Valentino's head to break his nose.
Oh, so you want to strike out at someone?
Yes.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, great. So we roll to strike out with voice of violence. Ask the following questions: have you caught them off guard? I'd say yes. I don't think you would necessarily be expecting this. And then, have they just wronged you? Of course.
Yeah, they accused me of lying.
Yes.
It might have been true, but
But still.
All right, great. So you get a +2 on this roll.
Well, and actually, before they can act against me, before Renata can act against me, she needs to act with desperation.
Oh.
Because I just inflicted on her by
Right.
catching
That
you
is
in
a
your
yes.
lie,
Okay, so
Yes.
Renata.
So tell the MC, when you act with desperation, tell the MC what situation you want to
Situation.
avoid and roll with these questions. So are you avoiding? Okay. So
Interesting.
are you
Oh,
doing
that's
this for
cool.
love?
is the love of a cousin enough? A second cousin twice removed, but still a cousin?
Well, still a cousin. Still
Yeah,
found.
that's still.
Which
Yeah.
cousin?
Good question.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I say yes.
I'd say yes for a
Again.
cousin. And then, are you doing this for vengeance?
Yes.
Okay, so how are you acting out with desperation as these accusations?
Well, what I want to do is would throwing the Ben and Jerry's, the pint of fish food Ben and Jerry's at his nose
Be desperate.
qualify? It's pretty desperate.
Absolutely. As I'm sitting, I'm standing, blocking your way out of here, yelling at you, knowing all of your lies and schemes.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 plus 2, 10.
Dang it.
Nice. Nice.
All right, great. Yeah, so I think so what will happen, instead of you getting any of this stuff off of strikeout, you will act out with desperation and you'll just shove the ice cream in Valentino's face to kind of come back at him. So, Valentino, you're going to take 1 stress. Renata, you don't have to take any because you do. Don Adolfo, how are you responding to this? Because you also need to act in desperation right now as well.
Ooh, okay. I think that oh man. What is the desperation situation I want to Okay, so I think that what I want to avoid is like being stuck in here and having to like reveal what my actual plan has been as to why I have not gone off with Miguel and why I've still been crashing at my brother's place. And so I think that as I act out with desperation, I just want to like make a mess out of this bodega. And I think that the cashier has like gone to the back to like use the bathroom, and so I'm just gonna like like just throw one of the shelves over and say,
Ooh.
This man with the ice cream in his face, he is vandalizing the store.
Okay, so I would say you are doing this for love because it's about
Yes.
Miguel, and then you are doing this for vengeance. So you get a +2 on this act out with desperation.
Perfect. 7, 9.
Okay, so so what happens is you start to like bang up the store, and then the bodega owner comes out and goes, Don Adolfo, after I kept all your favorite Takis in, you would do this to me? And he goes, all 3 of you are banned for henceforth from this bodega.
No! This is the only place where that sell the imported Ben and Jerry's.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
And he's
Renata,
like, no,
we
Ben and
must
Jerry's
leave.
for you. And he goes,
And it is delicious, Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Van, focus on the logo.
yeah.
I grab Renata and I grab one last bag of Takis and we run.
Yeah, the 2 of you run, and he looks at you, and Valentino goes, I know that your top assless pants saved my marriage, but goddamn it, Valentino, get out of here.
As
Oh yeah, so what are you
as
saying?
we're running down the street, I think that the camera cuts to, you just see a bit of handwriting on the back of my strawberry shortcake ice cream bar as I pocket the wrapper.
Oh.
Oh,
I love it.
Okay, and then so we cut back. It's now 3 a.m. We cut back to the police station. Hoel has just gone full on conspiracy theorist, trying to figure it all out, knowing that he had planted the diamond on the island, and that's ultimately why he did tell everyone they need to go chase down Don Adolfo, because he needed to get the diamond back.
He needed to get the diamond
But
back.
the thing is,
Right.
the diamond wasn't where he left it. And that's what Hoel knows. And then Hoel, you hear there's no bell because it's a police station, but you just hear a door open, and then you turn around and you see Joaquin. But for the audience, the characters don't act like this is weird, but Joaquin was played by an 8-year-old. He got recast in the new thing. He's now played by a 16-year-old, much taller, way deeper voice, but nobody draws attention to it. Nobody talks about it. We just move on. And so Joaquin's like,
Still an
"Hey,
orphan, though.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Hoel? And
Oh, little Joaquin.
I haven't seen you since.
What are you doing here?
I haven't seen you since the island, and we shared the same fate. And he holds up his right hand where it appears a tiger also ate Joaquin's hand. He goes, I keep telling you, we're handless brothers. We both the same tiger got both of our hands.
Las hermanos sin manos.
The tiger's hunger for hands is unquenchable.
And then the scariest thing to me every night, Joel, is I know that tiger's still out there, and I know none of you listened to me, but I told you he came he got on that boat with us.
You see, like probably like 1/4 of the board that Miguel has or Joel has is like can tigers swim section. It's like researching a lot about tiger physiology.
And he just goes, listen, I like your board here. It seems like you're doing a good use of your time, and this is a mental health thing, and not that you're snapping. But I just had to warn you. I know that things on the island were bad, and I know that I was there for Hector, and then I almost got all of you killed. But ever since you saved me, I just had to tell you, Hector's back, and he's in town, and I think he's got someone inside your group feeding him information.
I grab him by the shirt and I say, Joaquin, I know I made you a junior deputy, but you cannot lie to me. Tell me if what you and I'm like shaking. I grab him with my hook hand. I like pull his shirt forward.
Ooh.
I say, ooh. Oh, I'm gonna accuse him of lying.
Ooh.
Oh, I was about to
I
say,
know
was about to
you're
say
just a young boy of 12, but I've seen you working with him. I trust you, but this is him. This isn't you, Joaquin. I see it in your eyes.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say you can accuse him of lying, or you can demand what you deserve.
Ooh, I'll demand what I deserve. I guess.
Okay,
Well, let's see.
so-
Offering. Well, I don't need anything from him. Ooh.
Or you can try to spot something out of place with what he's telling you.
That's a good idea.
Also,
I'll do
yeah,
that.
do that one. Okay. So have you been intimate with this person recently?
No.
Okay, no. We can play this in the fact not intimate, but like you have shared a bond with Joaquin. Both of you lost a hand to the same tiger.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that one.
Paternally intimate.
Yeah, paternally. Yeah, he's like a
and
surrogate
then-
son.
I'd say you'll get a flat 0 because I would say you have that bond, but then are you free of other distractions?
not free of
Definitely
it,
not.
yeah.
So you're just gonna
Okay.
roll with a flat.
4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Love
he
that.
starts. He starts to tell you that, and you're trying to demand that it's Hector, not him. And then the door opens, and you see Hector standing there, and he goes, oh,
I drop Joaquin.
yeah. You drop his 12-year-old body. Doesn't like, and it didn't really hurt him at all because he's a giant. He's actually taller than every other actor on the show. It's been a problem.
I want to know where the nearest weapon is.
I mean,
I'll
you're at
size
a
up.
police
That's a move.
station. You got a lot of
I
them
have one on my
around.
hip.
You have one at your hip. But yeah, Hector walks in and goes, Joaquin, I told you he wouldn't fall for that. He's too pure of heart. And I know that what you're,
Yes.
and he goes, and I know what you're looking for. And you see in Hector's hand, he's holding the diamond. What
I
do
would
you-
like to initiate a flashback.
Oh,
First I have to roll. So I'm going to flash back to a time I made preparations, which means I'm going to need to spend some stress and then roll plus the stress I'm
Yeah.
going to spend. I'm going to say, remind me of the rules of swearing. How much can I do swears?
All of it.
Okay, I'm going to say fuck it. And there's 3 stresses on there.
Do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only
Because this
way
is me
to do
betraying, because I betrayed my lover when I did this. So I'm very stressed by it.
it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so remind me what I roll. I'm sorry. This
Oh,
is-
just 2d6,
everyone
just
knows I don't know how to
2d6.
play this game. 2d6, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Okay.
You think that since it's the only game, there's only one game, but we'd all
Yeah,
know
right?
the rules better.
Okay,
but,
so that's
you know.
an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, plus 3 stress.
Okay.
Okay, great. So you get to tell me one off. Okay, so what are you trying to set up here? We'll do that real quick, and then we can do the other pick.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you my flashback.
Yeah,
then?
fucking
Is
do
that-
it. Yeah.
All right. Flashback to the island. At one point, I've separated from the group, and you see me coating a diamond in sardine oil.
Oh no!
Only a true murderer knows that that's how you would get a tiger to kill someone.
And I flashback to me feeding the diamond to a tiger for Hector to find later.
Oh,
I feed the
my
diamond to the
God.
tiger. I call Hector. Uncle Hector, it's done.
He goes, okay. The
You
boat's
have the
on.
laxatives.
Yes, as I told you, I'll send the boat, and then you can say that someone answered the SOS that you've been putting out every day as you've been going out finding enough sardines to coat this diamond in, as was
Perfect.
our plan.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll see you then.
And he goes, listen, I just want to tell you right now, if you go through with this, you'll be betraying all of them.
I know.
And Veronica hangs up the phone and throws it in the ocean.
I go through so many phones.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Phone
and,
bills
yeah,
through the roof.
yeah, and so that's and then also, you know, because Joaquin was talking about how he swears that there was a tiger on that boat that they were on, and everyone did not believe him, and so we cut back to the police station, and Hector has the diamond in his hand, standing in front of Joel. What are you doing?
Ooh. I want to flashback.
Do it, of course. There's no
dang.
moves.
I flash back to a conversation I'm having with Renata in the
Okay.
mansion.
Are we doing so we're flashback to a deal?
Her flash. Oh, let me. Oh, hold on. There's rules.
Flashback to a deal, flashback to preparations, and it will reveal a shocking truth.
Ooh. Oh darn. Okay, which one of these fits? Let's flashback to a deal, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, flashback to a deal. So spend 1 to 3 leverage, which I guess I have. Does everybody have 2 leverage over people?
Yeah,
I'm
we just start
imagining
with
I have
2,
1
yeah.
leverage over Renata. Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay. So Hoel is frantically pacing or just like looking around. He's in the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Renata, why were you on the island? You were working there. Okay, so what are you doing in the mansion?
Calmate, primo. I am Don Adolfo's maid, but really, I'm still in the Mexican Secret Service. We're investigating him.
I come up to Renata. I said, Renata, it's things have gone so much worse than I ever thought. Don Adolfo he's unpredictable. He and my brother are running wild. I don't even know if I can trust Veronica anymore. Renata, I think you're the only one I can trust. We're family.
Sí. We are family.
I
Somos familia.
You're in the Secret Service, correct?
Sí. Soy federale.
We're in this together. We can. Alone, I can't take down Hector. He's coming after us. I don't even know where he is. He went with the knives. I saw him with Joaquin. There was tigers everywhere. I don't know what to do. I am gesturing like very wildly with my intact hand, saying how frantic I am about tigers. Renata, I just don't know. We have to look out for each other as family.
See, of course. And then Renata, because she's a maid, she's got cleaning supplies, and she hands Hoel a little bottle of cleaner. I mixed this special. It looks like a normal cleaner, but in actuality, well, when the time comes, you will know what to do.
All right,
Thank you, Renata.
So give me your roll.
Okay.
What leverage are you spending?
So I'm going to spend 1 leverage.
Okay, and so roll that, and then we'll get to see if you get a full success. You get to say what you promised and what they promised, and then if you get a mix, you get to choose one, and then Rebecca will fill in the gap for the other.
Okay. All right. So I rolled a 9.
Okay, so do you want to say what you promised or they promised?
I will say what they promised.
Okay, what did Renata promise to you?
So Renata promised to I think that part of it, it's like, hey, like providing me with something to keep me safe from Hector when the time comes, because I know he's gonna come after me.
And so that's the little
that's
bottle.
the bottle.
Okay, and then now Renata, what did Hoel promise to you in exchange for this?
He promised that even though Renata is in part of the federal government, because the federal government and the local governments don't really see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. She has a parking ticket, and Hoel will clear that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, though, is you parked your car at a dock when you came to the island, like kind of the island a little bit before.
And I was there for weeks.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely a big one.
Yeah,
you don't want to be.
Renata owes like thousands of dollars.
You don't want to be a bother, but it's definitely okay. Great. So yeah, and then we flash back to the police station, and as you're looking for the nearest weapon, and then you do feel in your pocket the bottle that Renata gave you, and then we cut back earlier in the day. This was at 3 a.m. whenever we were with this, and so now we see that it's right after the sun is set. Valentino has been leaving the bodega, wondering where can he ever get his sweet snacks at, and then he smells a familiar cologne as he walks down the street by himself, and he thinks,
as I'm just a mess, and I just go, I smell him everywhere. I've lost my business. I've lost my brother again. I've lost my muse. I have no place to go. Oh, why? Why have you forsaken me?
There's a non-famous person on the street trying to snap pictures of Valentino as he's on his lowest, and then just a fist is landed across their face as the camera's knocked out of their hand and shatters, and you look up to see Miguel.
He takes off his sunglasses, and you see him with a mustache, and then he holds a finger up to his lips and goes,
okay, like, and my perfectly coiffed pompadours all over the place, and I'm trying to, and I'm a mess. Like, I'm in my non-silk bathrobe. I'm exactly.
Oh my god!
Right.
He's a mess.
Yeah.
Like, my shirt is. I have a T-shirt, so I can't even unbutton it.
His ass is completely covered.
My ass is completely covered, so I just try to get myself together.
I don't know you anymore.
And I start walking across the street, not looking either direction because I never do. And I slowly walk towards someone who I presume is Miguel.
I'm sorry. I stand dramatically, and then you hear a blaring horn as a bus peels through and hits Miguel.
Oh no!
So Valentino, give me an act with desperation roll.
Oh yes, yes.
So are you doing
Or
this
it
for
comes
love?
towards Miguel at least.
Are you doing
Okay, yes, I see the bust. Act with desperation roll. Oh god.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
I promise I'm not lying. Either of my rolls. I've just rolled a nat 2.
Oh
you.
Whatever it is, I am doing it for love.
I mean, at this point, there's nothing that can be. There's. Oh, hold on, I want to make sure for.
I suppose what all I do is I try to jump to him, and I can only assume with that low of a roll, I also get hit by the bus.
So you go to jump for him because you think that there's no time to save him, but at least you'll die with your lover, and then you're gonna take 3 stress as the last thing you see is a bus hitting Miguel, and you're pulled back onto the side of the street as Veronica is standing behind you. No, sorry, I should have said. Yeah, so Valentino reached out for Miguel and was trying to die with him, and then you pull Valentino back. You mark 3 stress Valentino because you watched Miguel get hit by a bus and seemingly die in front of you. As Veronica has saved you, and then I need you to go ahead and process your feelings out loud at Veronica as she stops you from sacrificing yourself.
Oh, you know what? Then hold on. I will mark rageful then.
Sorry, I'm trying to put myself back together, but I am listening.
You're okay.
Veronica, get yourself back together for this while I talk to you, while I process my feelings out loud.
I'm only one woman.
Yeah, so go ahead. So this is an audience where the audience has to say if they're in their favor. So you do your spiel, and then we'll have Shelby, Rebecca, and Jonah, and Addison just decide if they're on your side or not.
So I look to Veronica, and I look to the bus that is now a block away, and no Miguel, and I look back to Veronica and back to the bus, and I go to Veronica, and I grab her by the coat, and I just say, "How could you? You've taken away my last chance to be with him. I know I said I didn't want him. I know I said I could live without him, but I was lying, okay? I just wanted to know he was alive. He was my last chance, not just for love, but for art. Veronica, you wouldn't understand because you've never been in love with anyone but yourself."
Oh shit!
Okay, so before we do audience vote, Veronica, take 2 stress. Now, Shelby, as an audience member.
Oh, I have 5 stress now. Wait.
As an audience member, are you rooting for Valentino or not?
Yes.
Jonah, as an audience member, yes or no for Valentino?
100%, yeah.
Rebecca, audience member, yes or no?
Yes.
Addison, audience member, yes or no?
Ooh.
Yes.
+4.
I would like to strike out with him with my voice, though.
Okay, yeah. So let me do. So yeah, you roll a +4 real quick, and then you can strike out after this.
Wait, me roll +4? Or?
Yeah. So yeah, because this is your processing your feelings.
Oh,
out
sure. Okay, that is a 11 then.
Okay, so pick one of these. The audience reveals a crucial event going on outside of you. The audience tells you how you might find love with the partner of their choosing, or the audience tells you how you might get blank to blank. Choose one of those three.
Thinking to myself that my love is dead, I would like the audience to tell me how I might find love with someone else. I've now reached my lowest low, and so I need a bright light at the end. Who else is out there for me, audience?
Ooh.
Jonah, audience member, please set the scene for how Valentino in this time of desperation and loss would be able to find some love with somebody new.
I think that in this moment of emotional vulnerability and desperation, and as he strikes out in this fit of passion at his rage, his hatred, but also his love, he does see his former muse standing right in front of him.
And then,
snap.
as Valentino realizes that the lost chance of creating art again might not have died with Miguel, but is reborn anew in this kind of blood-splattered Veronica.
Oh my God!
Veronica,
Everyone is.
Veronica, you now strike out at Valentino.
Yes, I would like to strike out with voice.
Okay, so have you caught them off guard? Yeah, totally.
And has he just wronged me? Yes.
Yes. So you get to roll the +2.
Okay. Should I play this out first or roll first?
Give me a roll first for this one.
Okay.
It is such a thin line between love and hate. It is all passion.
Okay, so you said plus what?
+2.
+2. Okay, so that's gonna be a 10.
Fuck yeah. So you get to choose 2 off of this list. You cut
Yes.
them deeply, inflict 1 additional stress. You take something from them. You leave with your dignity attack, cancel the leverage you gave them, and you revel in causing pain, clear 1 stress. And then so you're gonna take you get 1 leverage over Valentino, and Valentino, you take 2 stress initially, and then you get to pick the other options.
I'd like to clear his stress,
Okay.
and I would like to take something from him. I don't know what yet. Wait, okay. I want to take something.
Yeah. Do you know what, or do you want to save it?
I think I'll.
Or save it
What's
for
he
the
got on
spiel,
him?
or
Well, because
What's he
the thing,
got?
I think what we could
$12.
say narratively is you see in his eyes the same look that he got whenever he had the inspiration. Because like the fall of 2018, everything was on the line for Valentino. He had nothing. He hated all of his designs. And then you came over to visit him, and you saw this look in your eyes as he saw like the sun hit you in the right way. And that's how he completely based his fall of 2018 line. And you see that same look in Valentino's eyes as he sees just like the little drop of blood fall from your cheekbone down to your chin, and you know Valentino has been struck with some kind of inspiration based on you, and you can take that away from him.
Don't look at me like that, you worm. You would be nothing without me. Do you know a thing about who I am? Do you know what I've done to get where I am? You don't know the meaning of work. You don't know the meaning of art. How dare you? Get your hands off me. You'll only ruin my outfit.
As she just walks away after saving your life, we cut back.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, go.
As she walks away, I go, it's true what they say. Beauty begins with V.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then we cut to commercial. We cut back. We cut right back to whatever Don Adolfo and Renata had been kicked out of the bodega. They storm off. Don Adolfo says he needs to eat his Takis in peace. And that's when Renata is greeted by somebody as everyone thinks, oh, this is Miguel. But then he says, Renata, it's me. The man posing as this man called Miguel. I'm here because you told me that you needed me for your secret agent work. And you told me to meet you outside of this bodega, and I saw you shoving ice cream into a man's face. It was very, very weird, but I knew that was the signal to wait outside.
See, I'm so glad you could come, Randall.
Yes, that is I, Randall, the man of many faces.
See, that is what they teach you in the Mexican Secret Service.
Yes. One of the branches.
One of the other ones.
Yeah, I went to the face one.
See.
See. So what do you need me to do? You've called me here. I was just studying a new batch of recruits at Face Academy.
Well, I need you. Do you have the supplies, the stuntman gear?
Oh, of
the
course.
rigging.
So you're telling me that the acting like I get hit by a bus.
See.
That's gonna force Valentino to actually enact his plan to try to find the diamond.
See, I believe so.
And if we can get that, we can get back to the king and queen of this country that we live in.
Sí. El rey y la reina de México.
Yes.
I believe that if Valentino believes Miguel dead, he will then go to Veronica, who will then spurn him. And then he will, at that moment, look in his pocket and find a note.
Okay, so before we see if he finds that note, I'm going to make this a flashback to preparations. You're going to choose 1 to 3 stress to roll, and we're going to see how well this actual rigging of a fake death of Miguel is set up.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Oh, Randall.
Well, Randall in, Randall out, just like that.
Wait, what'd you get?
Well, I am going to spend 3 stress because I have not had any stress at all.
Yeah. So what was
this
your
game.
roll?
So let me roll. I rolled an 8 plus 3.
There you
so
go.
11.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So we're just
Randall lives again.
Oh, good.
Still
Yeah.
alive.
I miss Randall.
Randall lives for more than one
And
scene.
so what happens is no one else notices this. It seemed like the bus went by super fast, but in this flashback scene, the bus is going so slow where we can actually see Valentino and Veronica in this altercation on the side of the street. As you see Randall climbing up into the driver's side window of the bus as he runs to the back of the bus to look at his job well done. At the two of them fighting, Veronica scolds him, walks away. Valentino, as we all know, when he's sad, puts his hands in his pockets because he's very ashamed of his cuticles and how long it's been since he got them manicured. And so he puts his hand in his pocket, and Valentino finds a note as Randall rides away on a bus because there was a bus going back to his house. So it was all very conveniently timed.
Nice. That's very nice. So Veronica has just left me. I just said the titular line.
Yeah, and then you reach in your pocket, you feel a piece of paper wasn't there before, and it reads.
I know all the papers in my pockets. This hasn't been here before. And it reads what, Joel? Do I know what it reads?
I
or do
mean,
you
I'm
know?
passing this on. Fucking Rebecca just said this bullshit. What does it say? Do I gotta come up with it?
Do you know what it reads?
Okay,
or
I know
am
what it reads. I know what it
oh.
reads. I know what it reads. There's a note in your pocket that says, Hector knows Hoel's in danger.
I would like to flash back.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I love it when the
Okay.
flashbacks happen.
Sure.
So we've got the note in the hand of Valentino, and then it fades to a note in a similar, almost looks like a related hand, maybe the hand of a half brother. But this note is crumpled and written in marker on the back of a strawberry shortcake popsicle wrapper, and this note says, Hector doesn't have the real diamond.
Okay, I guess. Which one should we do for that one?
And I'm flashing back to just the conversation that Don Adolfo and Renata were having just before he stormed off and said, I need to eat my Takis in peace.
Okay, great. How about let's just give me
sorry.
we'll just make that preparations one again. You give me a 1 to 3.
Okay. Shoot, I'll spend 2.
Okay.
I'd do it. I don't care.
I should have spent 3. That is 6.
No.
Also,
Okay, yeah. And so you we flash back to you writing that note. And we flash back within that, and it's after you and Joaquin are running in the woods of the island. You hear the roar of a tiger. Hector has just shown you a blade that you don't even want to think about where it came from and the history that it holds. As you and Joaquin hear the roar of a tiger, and Joaquin's like, "I just really wanted to play with this tiger, and I thought it was gonna be really fun, and I'm really scared. What do I do?"
Joaquin, listen to me. There is only one way. There is only one way for us to get out of this, Joaquin. Wait, let me put back on my eye patch. I got so engrossed in the storytelling that I forgot about my prop. Okay. Joaquin.
Yeah.
I know no man that can kill this man. But I know one thing that can kill this man. It is a tiger. Joaquin, you must be bait so that I can trap him in the cage with the tiger.
Okay. Okay, can you
must
promise me one thing?
What? What is that?
I won't lose a hand.
I
told
promise you
Joel
this.
that I thought it was really cool, but I think it's weird, and I don't understand why he doesn't have a hand.
Joaquin, listen to me. You will not lose a hand. And I tell you this, if we pull this off, I will help you find your mother.
Oh, my mother? Okay,
That's right.
I'm gonna go get it. And then you just see him go and just try to he beelines over, and then you just hear a tiger roar. He goes, "Oh, my hand!"
Hey, really quick.
Yeah.
Can I initiate another flashback?
Yeah, flashback. What's
Okay,
your
it's
flashback?
gonna be another preparation one. Let me go ahead
Also,
and say I'm
real
gonna
quick,
spend...
Jonah, go ahead, and you are going to mark 2 stress with your failure because you're just thinking about how you 100% boned Joaquin on every level of that.
100%. I still know who his mom is.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so I'm currently at 4 stress, so honestly, fuck it, I'm gonna spend 2.
Yeah.
What's a ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are for.
Yeah.
Okay, let me...
So wise. So beautiful. So wise.
Every time I say that, someone thinks I made it up, and I don't know how anyone could think that. I'm not that smart. Okay, let me roll. Okay, so that's gonna be a 6. So that's gonna be an 8 total.
Okay, so what are you trying to do?
I am trying to have laid some preparations. I would like to describe what you see in this flashback.
Do it.
You see Veronica's back, hands in the pockets of her very stylish dress that also has pockets, much like the dress that I am wearing now that has pockets.
Yeah.
She
Does
is
that
walking,
compliment you
her
on
hair
your dress,
flowing in
by
the
the way,
breeze.
Addison? It's a very good dress. I like it.
Thank you. It's very comfortable. I like it very much. But as she's walking in, the camera pans up so you can see what she's walking into, and you see a sign that says cubic zirconium store. Because she's a double crosser, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Oh, she's a quadruple crosser.
She's staged it's a fake diamond. Then we cut back to the other flashback of her feeding the diamond to the tiger. It's not a real diamond, it's a cubic zirconium.
Oh, so
Who knows where the real diamond is?
I love
Not
it.
with Hector, probably.
Not with Hector.
Yeah, so that's what you get. You fabricated a piece of evidence. So we now flashback.
Oh yeah, we zoom in on the diamond. It
Yeah.
goes to the tiger, and then we zoom out, and
Yeah.
Hector's holding it.
Yeah, Hector's
as
holding
as
it.
my hands twitch.
As your hands twitch
Ooh.
next to the bottle Renata gave you.
my hand twitches next. I've both my hands twitch like a fucking old western trying to grab the gun.
Yes,
I've got a
yes,
gun on
yes,
my
yes,
I've got a
yes.
gun on my right hip. I've got the cleaning bottle on my left hip. I grab the gun. I throw it on the ground. I pull the bottle of the cleaning bottle and I spray it at Hector. And what's that? This doesn't smell like cleaning solution. It smells a bit like sardine oil.
Oh! Did you know that tigers can swim?
No, that's what I say. That's what I fucking say.
That's the
and I
thing.
say, what's Hector's last name?
Riviera.
Riviera. Did you know that tigers can swim?
And he goes, that seems like an irrelevant fact. I'm going to need you to... Okay, strike out at somebody. I'm going to give you a +1 initiative just right off the bat because of this item. You know, fuck it. I want you to really do well. I'm going to give you a +2. And then have you caught them off guard? Yes, because you just because the thing is he was expecting a gunshot and you sprayed him, and then the second thing is have they just wronged you? Yes. So you get to roll with a +4. on strike out at somebody.
Okay. On strike out.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, so what happens is you say that, and then you say, "Do you know that tigers can swim?" And he goes, "That doesn't make any sense at all." And Joaquin starts to immediately shiver as he hears just the familiar rumble of a growl of a tiger. Glass shatters. A tiger jumps through. Hector tries to throw a knife at you, and as he throws it up in the air to do like a cool toss and then grab it, a tiger bites his hand off that was covered in the oil. Joaquin starts to scream, "Not again, not like this," as Joaquin jumps for the tiger, trying to protect Hector with a knife. Don Adolfo, you have now...
Joaquin, it's not worth it!
Don Adolfo, you now find yourself outside. It is 3 a.m. We're flashback because earlier, the last time we saw Don Adolfo, he had left the bodega a few hours ago, and now Don Adolfo finds himself seeing Joaquin is getting attacked by the tiger that Don Adolfo had promised would not bring him any harm. And once again, Joaquin's other non-bitten hand is in the maw of the tiger. What do you do, Don Adolfo?
So wait, this is the flashback, or this is what's happening right
This
now?
is what's happening right now. You
Okay.
are at the police station. Nobody knows why, not even you, but that does not matter. You were there.
I think that overcome with guilt, knowing that he has screwed over this one particular orphan for so long,
Yeah.
that he is going to use all of his like exotic animal smuggler prowess, and he's going to try to wrestle this tiger off of Joaquin.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Act with desperation.
Excellent. Now, so our what's the deal with our questions? Is that we get plus something anytime that we are rolling if we're if our question is yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Does this count as am I taking control of the situation by wrestling a tiger?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. And then what else is it? Is it
So the
flat?
other two for act with desperation, are you doing this for love? I do think it is, even though it's like a weird twisted, you're the bad person in this relationship, but every once in a while an abuser has to feel good about their abusee, so they want to keep making the relationship go on. So that's complicated and terrible. And then are you doing this for vengeance? I guess, would you say this is for vengeance? I guess because Hector's involved?
You know what? I think that I don't think so, because it doesn't matter either way to the roll. And also because this is like, I do care about this tiger, but I'm doing it more for love for Joaquin. And it's a 7.
Okay. So on a 7, you
Hit me with consequences.
You go to punch Joaquin's hand out of the tiger's mouth, and you then punch through, and the tiger starts to try to bite down your hand, but instead what happens, it actually just gets your forearm in there as you just start to like laugh at the tiger and say, "Haha, you did not bite off my hand." And then the adrenaline shock wears off, and you can now feel that there's just a tiger's fangs buried into your arm, as you're going to take 3 stress as you just start to freak out and realize you are close to bleeding out.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I want to shoot. Well, what I want to do, I want to shoot like dramatically above the tiger's head, so he runs away.
So yeah, you're gonna go ahead. I guess that's just strike out at something.
Yeah. I feel like this is like no bonuses because I haven't. It's a tiger.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot at the tiger.
I mean, they did wrong you,
Got a
but they
4.
also. But you okay? Great. So
I just in the frantic movement, and honestly, in a weird. Maybe it's Miguel possessing me, but I wanted to protect Don Adolfo.
So what happens is you want to protect Don Adolfo. You go to shoot, and then the chief of the police, Hernandez Sanchez, was walking out and goes, "I was just taking a nap in my office because, as you all know, my wife and I are having a big fight. And oh, what's this?" And he tries, and then you accidentally you shoot the chief of police in the shoulder blade as this makes Hector be able to run away, and then he gets into a getaway car, and I need you to roll spot something out of place, Shelby.
Have I been intimate with the person recently? Are
No.
you free of other distractions?
No. So you're gonna get a -2.
Oh, no.
-2. Okay. All right. 10 -2, so 8.
Okay,
So I get to ask one.
So what I'm just gonna give you.
Yeah, you can give me
I'm
one.
gonna give you one thing. As you see, as this happens, the chief of police takes a bullet in the shoulder, and you see Hector run out and get into a car. You recognize the car as Veronica's. We cut to the bushes, and Valentino, a few hours earlier, getting a note saying Hector knows and Joel is in danger. He starts to trail. Starts to go after Joel, but then realizes after Veronica stormed off, she was seen very suspicious in her actions, and you instead start to trail Veronica, and you find that she has gone to the police station, and before that actually, she picked up Hector and Joaquin to drop him off, and you have been trailing them back, and you now see Hector running into the car of Veronica. What do you do, Valentino?
Oh, what do I do? So Veronica is in the driver's seat. Hector is running into the car.
Yeah, Hector is running into the car. Joaquin, you saw them get out together, and but Joaquin is still inside. And Hector is screaming out to Veronica, "The orphan's dead! Leave him! We gotta go!"
Can I? So Hector is running to the car, or Hector is in the car? This is important.
Hector is running to the car right now because Joel just saw Hector running out to a getaway car, obviously, and then recognized that. Also, you are going to take one stress for your mixed success, Joel, just because you realize Veronica is now in league. And then flashback with nothing that needed. You do then remember all the weird times she mentioned her uncle, and then you would ask, "Who's that?" And then she would just look out a window and go, "Nobody."
All right. If I've been following them this whole time, we cut to Veronica behind the driver's seat, ready to, the passenger door open. Hector is about to burst through the door, and Veronica goes to start the car, but there aren't any keys in the ignition.
Oh.
And I pop up in the back seat, and I say, "Are you missing something, Veronica?" And Veronica, would you say that you would be riled up at this point?
For sure.
What?
I think. Are you muted, Addison?
Sure am.
Okay, so if you are riled up, I will be using my up boy power, my up boy move, which
Okay.
we're gonna rename because we're reskinning this. So up girl. No, we'll still call it up boy. I think it works better. So if I rile someone up while I remain aloof, I can ask another question to express my love passionately. So I place a hand on her shoulder, so I am touching them, and I put the keys in Veronica's hand, and then I express my love passionately.
Okay, so the two questions on that: are you dressed to impress?
In the meantime, I have put on my best assless pants. My pompadour is fully crisp again.
Okay.
And I do well, but I don't believe she's single. I know she's hanging out with Joel.
Okay, so
I get
Hanging out.
I'll get a PG-13 hanging out,
They're
You're
friends.
Oh man, I
smooching.
just tried to wink with an eye patch. That was weird.
But because of my up boy power, I do get a +1 because I'm physically touching her.
Okay.
So that takes it up to an 8.
All right. So, and you get to choose one. Give them. They give themselves to you. Reveal a secret they probably shouldn't. Mark off stress to conceal their feelings, or give you leverage and show you how you reach them. Oh, sorry. Addison, you actually get to pick this.
Oh, I should reveal a secret.
Sure. So this is me.
Do you get 2 of them, Valentino? So I think she actually has to pick 2 because of your
do
power.
I?
Because of his power, or is it? No, sorry. You just get a
No, that
plus
just
1.
adds 1 to my
Sorry,
roll.
that's it. So yeah, choose
so
one off of this list, and you're gonna you choose it, Addison, of what you're gonna reveal
Right.
to Valentino right now.
I'm going to reveal a secret.
So what I'll say to you as I express my love passionately, I'll just say, I'll say I was about to call you Addison.
I don't know who that.
Right.
Who is she?
No one. You make me flutter. Veronica, you were my first muse for a reason. You've been in my life for so long that I've never really seen why I needed you. I know what you're doing here with Hector. I've been following you, and I'm not going to stop you. And I put the keys in her hand and I say, I just want you to know that I'm here for you when you need me. And then you can choose your thing.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna reveal a secret
Do it.
because I'm flustered. You don't understand, Valentino. He's my family.
And that's when you put
Well,
together.
You can't. I was going to say, you can't judge a tree by the worst branch, only the prettiest flower.
And
And then I hop out of the car.
Valentino hops out of the car, and Veronica, at this point, with this this advice fresh in your ears, you see Hector barreling towards your car. The door is
Joel,
open.
you're frozen.
No, Joel, you
No,
frozen.
Joel.
No.
Okay, back.
Am I back?
What
Am
did
I
you
back?
say?
You're back.
No, I'm saying so.
At this point, what?
So Valentino hops out of the car, and at this point, you see Hector is just within like reaching distance of the car door itself, and you know you have time to either wait for him to get there or close the door. What do you do?
Take a deep breath. Time slows down. Everything is moving slowly. I blink slowly, my beautiful eyelashes brushing my cheek.
Yeah. And then we even
I
get cut
reach,
back in there.
and I pull the door shut.
Yeah. Oh! You pull
As the door shuts, I want to strike out at someone.
Okay, do it.
Fuck.
Don Adolfo, having rescued Joaquin from the clutches of this tiger, Fluffy, is going to see that Hector is on the verge of getting away once more, knowing that this torment will continue as long as Hector continues to live. He knows. He said it before and he will say it again. No man can kill this man, but one thing can kill this man. And he is going to try to once more, this time, take full control of the tiger and get the tiger to maul Hector. Even if he has to sacrifice his already punctured arm, if he has to sacrifice the rest of his arm, he's going to do everything within his power to get the tiger to maul Hector.
Oh, okay.
And I am bitter and rageful.
Okay.
So you're gonna strike out against somebody, and you're trying to get the tiger to maul Hector. Okay. Give me that. Okay, so yes, you've caught them off guard. They've just wronged you. You get a +2 on this, and whatever other additions you get because of all the stress you have.
Great. Yeah, I have since I'm bitter and rageful. Let's see. I get oh God, where are all the things? So rageful +1 to strike out with voice or violence. And then when I hit 6 stress, I take +1 on going to wreak havoc on those who deserve it. So that's an extra +1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm also taking control of the situation. So is that a total of +5?
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's great. I love it.
13.
Great. So you with the tiger it's covering your arm, and then you have seen now on the ground the hand of okay, sorry. You see on the hand of on the ground the hand of Hector, and you notice that familiar.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh, did I cut it out again?
Yeah,
just
hand of
right.
Hector.
Okay, so yeah, you see on the hand, the ground, the hand of Hector, and you smell that familiar scent. And then you notice at Hoel's side is just a spray bottle of this. What was it? What is it? Anchovy oil?
Sardine oil.
Sardine oil. That's it. You see the sardine oil, and you know exactly what's happening right now. And Joaquin is terrified as this tiger still just has you, and so you spray directly on the tiger's face, a spritz of it, and he just loves it so much he lets it go, trying to bite at the spray in the air, and you just hurl at the back of Hector's head this fucking bottle.
Spray directly on the tiger's face.
What's happening?
I'm still here, man. None of y'all cutting out for me. I'm so sorry. So okay,
I sprayed directly at the tiger's face, and I think that as I spray
So
the
you
tiger, I
spray
say,
the tiger's face.
tiger blood is thicker than water.
Yeah. you let go of it, he lets go of it because he's trying to bite it in the air, and then you hurl the bottle at Hector, and you think that he's about to dodge it just unknowingly, and then a door slams in his face. He face plants on the side of Veronica's door as this bottle just shatters over on top of him, and then this tiger just instinctually goes and attacks Hector and starts to maul him.
Yeah.
So
Off screen because this is for TV.
yeah. And so Veronica,
We can't see it.
Yeah, Veronica, you look out the window, and our attention on the camera is on you as you react to seeing your uncle Hector getting mauled by a tiger.
I'm not frozen. I'm just holding still until he's back.
God damn it! Okay, I'm still. Can you hear me yet? Can you hear me now? Am I back?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So
I've
that's
been
the thing.
holding this face.
That's the thing is that you look over and you see that you see your uncle being mauled by a tiger, but we're focusing on you because it's a television show.
Yes.
Yeah. So we cut back inside. Hoel, you see this happening. The chief of police is bleeding. You know he just had shoulder surgery, so his shoulder's very weak.
He's 1 week from retirement.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's bleeding out fast in front of you. And then the thing is he needs the weird rare blood type. That you know that you and your brother share, but you just got a tattoo as soon as you got back from the island, so you can't transfuse blood. And then that's whenever you see like a tourniquet drop on the ground and you hear the voice of your brother say, "Never thought I'd be helping. Never thought I'd be on the other end of giving cops my blood willingly." As you see, he's already set himself up, and at this point, only Joaquin is inside the police station with you, and so Miguel knows that he's safe to reveal himself to you. What do you do, Joel?
I say, this doesn't make us even, but thank you.
And he goes, "Put my blood in that fucking pig bastard and let me get the shit out of here with." And he pulls it out, the real diamond. And
He goes, "Boop."
He goes, poop, poop, poop.
Oh man, that cut out. God damn it! Am I here?
Love it.
There we go.
It's like dramatic suspense.
It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Very intense.
It's like so many commercial breaks.
Yeah,
right?
we just keep cutting to the commercial
we all have
every
bills to
single
pay.
time. Yeah, so he.
Okay.
How about now? Can you hear me?
You're back. I can hear you now.
I'm just gonna type this
Yeah.
all out in chat. So he pulls out and says, like, "Just let me get out of here with the real diamond." And you see on the ground in Hector's disembodied hand what you can only assume is a fake diamond, and it does seem that Miguel somehow has the real diamond.
He's holding the real diamond?
Yeah, because there is what you can tell is to be a fake on the ground.
I pull my gun on Miguel.
Oh! As the chief is bleeding out, he goes,
My
My life isn't as important as you getting this collar. I know you'll do what I asked you." And then the chief passes out. Miguel holding the tourniquet, and his blood is already like going through. He goes, "Listen, Joel, I know we've had our differences, but if you don't give this man my blood, why do you think I slipped that free tattoo into your thing? I knew I would have this leverage over you."
damn it. My twin, you're always
I know
two
that's the
steps
thing. That's
ahead
the
of
thing
me.
about the Ruiz boys.
You know how much I love commemorative tattoos.
you know. Yeah, that's the thing about us. We can never turn down a free commemorative tattoo.
That diamond is worth more than all three of our lives, especially yours. I spit on the ground.
Yeah, and then the chief is like, "Oh, it's right next to me, but no big deal. Just this is a big moment. I
Weren't
got it.
you passed out a second ago?
Oh, I just woke up.
Stay
from
out
this.
of this,
I'm sorry."
Hernandez.
He passes out again.
No.
This isn't your fight. He's 1 week from retirement. I respect you for coming in with a transfusion. I know that you always have it on deck for some reason. I know, and that's how I know there's still good in you, Miguel, behind that mustache, behind that scar, behind that bad attitude. I know that my brother is still there. Now give me the diamond and walk out of here.
Demand what you deserve.
I will.
Are you offering something of value in return?
Ooh. I'm gonna offer that I won't pursue his criminal exploits any further.
All right, so I'll give you +1 on
It's
that.
freedom.
So this is like just a walk away. Do you
Yeah,
love them in
I'll
this
walk away.
moment? Yeah, you love. It's your brother.
I
It's your
do.
twin
Yeah,
brother.
it's my brother.
So I'll give you a
I love my
+2.
brother.
Mhm.
All right. And I rolled nat 12 +2.
Oh,
Yes.
All right, great. So on a 10 plus, remove one of their options and they choose from. So this is the thing. He just goes, if that's what you want, Hoel, but just know that bullet, that's gonna match your gun, and this whole thing, it's gonna be on you. And he throws the diamond at you, and then a little squirt of blood hits your face from the brother's tourniquet, and you wipe it out of your eyes. And Miguel is gone. You have the diamond, and then in your arms dies the chief.
Oh, no.
Oh no, he's dead.
As Renata,
Oh, of course.
Secret Service agent, walks in and can only assume that you just killed the chief of police because you had the diamond the whole time. Renata, what do you do? Because
Renata, I can
you now
explain.
recognize that there's the fake diamond on the ground, and then there's the real diamond, and Hoel is holding it, and the dead ass chief is just in his fucking arms.
Renata, you know me. I'd never do this. This isn't what it looks like.
Well, look at me and my beautiful brown eyes.
I look her in her beautiful brown eyes.
I believe you. But those federales in that helicopter that's outside,
I hear that the helicopter sound gets louder.
they won't.
What do we do?
And then I look at the broken window that the tiger came in through, and I throw a floor mat over the broken glass so that, you know, it won't like hurt
Yeah.
anybody, you know, if you like crawl through. I say,
Go.
But Renata, what about you?
I came in and I saw the chief of police, Hernandez, whatever the hell his name was, dead on the floor. Already. And you gone. Listen, I'm from the government. I know how to lie, okay?
Renata, how can I ever repay you?
You have to give me the diamond.
But the diamond, I can't. It was if I can't keep the diamond, it was all for naught.
Listen. El Papa gave your parents that diamond. And
He did. His Holiness. That's true.
Yeah.
Before their untimely death. That's why it belongs to me. It is my birthright.
The helicopter lands
The helicopter,
outside.
the helicopter siren.
There's lights beaming in. You're blinded for a second as you and Renata are talking. Valentino is standing outside listening in. Veronica still watching her uncle get mauled to death. Don Adolfo.
Where's Veronica?
Where's
He
Veronica?
does something.
Yeah, so
Where's Veronica, Joel?
God
Does
damn
something.
it.
Where did
She's
Veronica go?
somewhere.
I'll say Veronica is.
Did you
Where am I?
Can you? Can my back? Yep.
Where am I?
On my back. There.
I can
Yeah,
hear you.
you
Where
may
am
go.
I?
So Veronica is in the car still watching her uncle get mauled.
Yes.
Don Adolfo and Joaquin are sitting there as Joaquin is finally feeling calm that the tiger's not attacking him as Don Adolfo pats him on the back and the lights are blaring in. Joel, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
I grimace and I give Renata the diamond and I run out the door. I like leap out the door onto my motorcycle. But
Damn.
I pocket something as I leave.
Ooh.
You pocket something.
And
Pocket something.
can I've been watching from outside this whole time, right?
Yeah.
So can I meet Hoel right outside by his motorcycle?
Yeah, like right as he's like jumping on you.
Right as he's jumping on, and I say, Hoel, I've seen what's been going on in there. Here, a new change of clothes. I whipped them up. They'll fit you perfectly. Remember, I'm a fashion designer. And here, a makeup kit to change your appearance. Get out of here and don't ever come back.
I nod curtly and I take the makeup kit and I put on a mustache.
Yes.
And someone looks, but before anyone has a chance to linger, I rev my motorcycle and I drive away.
And you
You
peel
hear the
out.
squeal of tires as I peel off.
As they both screech off in the opposite direction, going down an alleyway, we see Don Adolfo, Miguel, and Joaquin, just like they're going through the alley and, makeshift bandaging each other up. But Don Adolfo walks with a stride, seeing that Hector was sufficiently mauled, and he says,
I told you boys that after tonight, El Lobo would be the alpha male.
and then we hop on a motorcycle with a sidecar that Joaquin goes in, and we screech away.
Yes. As Veronica drives, she puts you see the pedal push further and further closer to the ground, pedal to the metal. She looks at herself in the rearview mirror. She looks perfect. She brushes some hair from her eyes. She trains her eyes back on the back of Joel's motorcycle, and she says, "Not this time, mi amor. You can't get rid of me that easy."
Okay, so this is for those two scenes. As soon as so we're watching Joel is speeding off into the night. Veronica fast on his tail. We get a wide shot scene that Veronica's just following Joel, and then we see the trunk barely opened as Miguel looks around, closing the lid on top of himself. We now see Don Adolfo has found himself in a mansion-like structure underground, as all of the orphans had done exactly had they trained him. As soon as he was stripped from power, go underground and wait for him to return. Renata, so Don Adolfo has now just amassed a new army of underground orphans. Renata, you're trying to clear up the scene, and
Yes.
yeah.
So I exit the police station, and my beautiful designer coat kind of blows in the wind created by the helicopter. And I look at what my second cousin twice removed, Joel, has given me. And you don't see it on camera. But I say, Madre de Dios, Joel, hijo de puta.
Yeah, so Renata clears up the scene, and they tell her to go back to base, and she can leave the town that we are definitely set in, that we have established before. And Valentino, you find yourself everyone running around in the fray, and then you get a call, and we all see on the caller ID Ralph Lauren. And we cut to credits.
Yay! Yes.
So that's it. Man. That was the first episode of Belleza, Comienza, and this is gonna be like I said, a semi-regular live stream. We'll see when we can do the next one. Just we're all busy people, but we're all in a pandemic right now, so we have a lot more free time.
Yeah, where do you think I have to be?
So we'll see you tomorrow night. Please like us. So like I said, this is I'm Joel. I host the show Critical Bits. If you've not checked it out, do it. It's fun. It's a weird superhero teen show where you can tell I have depression. It's a lot of fun, and check it out. And this is gonna, like I said, follow this Twitch channel. Follow us on Twitter at Critical Bitcast. Like I said, this is gonna be semi-regular, so you'll just kind of have to wait and see when we say we're doing it, but we're all going to put all of these
when you
up.
least expect
yeah,
just
probably.
like Don Adolfo.
Yeah, we're going to put all these up on our YouTube. If you look down if you scroll down to all the buttons, there is a link to subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure to go do that. And everybody, so real quick at the end, just give us some plugs of shit. We'll start back off with Jack.
Sure. I'm Jack Packard. You can follow me on Twitter at Harlack, Harlack. Most of the time now, I'm over at escapistmagazine.com talking about video games. Mondays are Slightly Civil War with Yahtzee Croshaw. Fridays are the Escapist Show with our editor-in-chief, and then I live stream over with Escapist Magazine. I'm also, you can find me talking about movies at redlettermedia.com, but because of the pandemic, we can't legally get together, so I won't be there for a little bit.
I agree. Jonah.
Hello, everyone. I am your mayor, Jonah Jackson. You can find me on Twitter and such at Jonah M. Jackson. I am a player and GM and just all-around person on the Quest Company and Quest Company Junior, 2 other fun podcasts. One family-friendly, one not so much. You decide. But yeah, you can find those at the Quest Company and at Questco Junior.
Shelby.
Hey everybody, I'm Shelby Lee. You can find me on Twitter at Shelby Lee. That's Shelby Lee with a P. And I am also on Critical Bits. Listen to Critical Bits. I would also like to plug the CW television show Riverdale. I think that everybody should be watching Riverdale and thinking about Riverdale and talking about Riverdale.
Just generally thinking about
just generally
Riverdale.
like I think that everyone's lives should be as consumed by Riverdale that the CW show Riverdale
if you want
is
to
as
go
mine is.
follow
Have you watched the Riverdale spinoff yet?
I have not. I want to see
Katie
it.
Keene.
I wish there was a
Katie.
podcast.
I was gonna say, if
If
you
only
want
there were some way that you could talk about Riverdale and
if you
listen
wanna
to
go
others talk
follow
about
at
Riverdale and process what
420,
that is.
Shelby and I, it's our Twitter. We recorded 6 episodes. I just need to start editing them.
It hasn't come out yet.
But we do.
Jingle Jangle
But it's
420.
coming.
It's coming.
coming.
It's going to be real. I
Thrilling.
feel like, well, Rebecca's already been on one. I feel like Jack, Addison, and Jonah will all be perfect for it. And so, yeah, Addison.
We'll get on that. We'll get on that.
What plugs you got?
Hi, I'm Addison Peacock. You can find me on Twitter at Addison_Peacock. I am the co-host of The Cryptid Keeper. We cover monsters and folklore and cryptids and all kinds of fun stuff. Our last episode was about poltergeists, and that was, I had a very fun time with that one, tormenting my co-host a little bit. And digging into some scary stuff. If you like ghost stories, that's a fun episode. Also recommend, if you like that stuff, Haunted Dolls as a starter episode. And yeah, I also do various voice acting all over the internet. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see posts about it. I pop up in audio dramas, audiobooks, all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
And Rebecca.
Hi, I'm the most popular girl in school. You can find me on Twitter at RebsParks. And because I don't do anything, you can find all our friend Jack David, their music at peopleneedgoals.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, their music is very good. You should check it out. So thank you all for doing this. Real quick, if you haven't done it yet, scroll down. Like I said, you can subscribe to this channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube. But also, there is a link to where you can go to the Pasiones de los Pasiones Kickstarter. Ooh. Go follow that because I actually talked to Brandon today. He said hopefully, and this is not the definite, but like hopefully within the next week or two, pre-order links will actually start to go up. Ooh. But the best way to find that and to get those announcements is if you go follow their Kickstarter. This game has been fully funded on Kickstarter, but is not out yet. It is currently out in the Ashcan version, but it means you can still get it. It's only $10. It is literally like an Ashcan is just a thing where it's just like a supplementary sample version of a game. So what we're playing right now, with all the moves that we've been using in the playbooks, are a game that's not even fully developed yet, and they are working on the full developed version. So as soon as the pre-orders come out, make sure to get it. This is the only game ever.
It's not even the full game yet, and it's still the only
It's
one.
the only game.
So like
I signed up for the mailing list myself, so
Nice.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, and so
back to Kickstarter, got the Ashcan.
And then go follow Brandon at B Leon Gambetta on Twitter. He's an amazing game designer. And then I'm just gonna plug his podcast. He runs a maths podcast himself called Protean City, and then also has a gaming podcast called Stop Hack and Roll, where him and another friend James go over game design and stuff. Brandon is an amazing person, great follow on Twitter, and like I said, he made this fucking game, and it's the only game ever.
We got to get him on here to do dumb stuff.
Yeah, so so thank you so much. Apologies for the stream kind of going in and out on my end at the very end. But that's a little bit of drama. And like I said, we're at a new network right now. We didn't know. We thought the last episode we did of this, it was the throwaway. We never wanted to reveal all the stuff with Hector.
Is this a Quibi original?
Yeah, this is a Quibi original. Watch this in 10-minute segments and imagine.
It's only on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Well, that's
Crunchyroll
the
exclusive.
interesting thing about the
Favorite
series.
anime, mine's.
The first half of the season is going to be on Quibi. The second half is going to be on Crunchyroll. You got to subscribe to both. That's what they're trying to do.
This is my favorite anime. I'm so glad to be here.
So thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, follow us on all that shit. And then we'll be back. And real quick, I just want to give a special thank you to Rebecca for being our first official guest.
Babes!
And then maybe Renata will return in a future
The
episode.
season finale.
But that's it. Imagine I had a soundboard and I could play something cool. Bye.
Next time. Do the soundboard next time.
Oh wait,
Bye.
here.
Oh wait.